Hello, hello. All right, it looks like we are now live. I'm Chelsea with Positive Futures Dog Training and Behavior. Thank you guys for joining us today. Today, we're going to be talking about recording your dog training sessions. Okay, I know it seems kind of like a weird topic, but it's something that now with online learning, we're doing a lot more of. Our clients are propping up their phones and taking some recordings of their sessions, and it can be a little intimidating doing something new for the first time, but it doesn't have to be. So today we're going to talk about the benefits, why you should be doing it at home, and how easy it is to do it. So recording dog training sessions, what does that mean? What does it look like? It basically means that when you sit down to train your dog, you're going to first prop your phone up in some way and hit record. There are so many benefits to having your dog training sessions recorded. The biggest one, or one of the big ones that we can talk about, are clean cues. So when you look back at that video footage, how are you asking your dog to do something? Are you asking them to sit verbally? Do you give a visual signal? Are you doing them both at the same time? Sometimes clients will double cue, meaning that they say sit and give that visual signal at the same time. But what cue is your dog picking up on? Are they picking up on that verbal word that you're saying, or are they picking up on that visual signal? I don't know. So what happens then when, tomorrow you go ask your dog to sit and your hands are busy, you're chopping up some veggies and your dog can't do it? Well, it's possible that they don't know that verbal cue as well as you thought they did. They've been picking up on that visual signal the whole time. So recording training sessions can help you as a trainer clean up how you're cueing your dog, whether you're just giving the verbal signal or just giving the visual signal. And that's something that we can pick up on by watching our recordings. Another thing you can pick up on is your tone of voice. Do you sound happy? Do you sound frustrated? Do you sound excited? The more inviting we are to our dogs in training sessions, the easier it's going to be for them to get engaged in that training session and work with us. So by watching your video, you can also pick up on your tone of voice and make some slight changes to how you conduct your training sessions. We also want to look at length. So by recording, you'll have exactly the amount of time that you've been training. A big mistake that people make in their training sessions is training too long. Our dogs start to check out. We start to see a decrease in the quality of the behavior in front of us. When I go to train my dogs, I'm only doing 2 to 3 minute sessions. It keeps it short, it keeps it sweet, they're successful. If I notice them starting to check out, I immediately stop. One of the first things I noticed early on when I started recording my training sessions is I was training way too long. My sessions were too long to the point that at the end, my dog was like not engaged with me at all, right? It was not good quality behavior I was getting. So by recording, we can say, oops, that was too long. I'm starting to see a decrease in the quality of behavior here. So that can help you better gauge how long your training session should be with your dogs. Another big benefit of recording those training sessions is you can watch your timing. So when we're using a clicker or a verbal yes to mark the correct behavior, are you giving that at the correct time? Are we too slow? Are we too fast? This will help you being able to watch it back, because then you're going to see what's going on instead of remembering the session how you think it went, right? There's a lot that we can learn by watching our sessions after the fact. The other thing that's really helpful with recording training sessions is when we talk about shaping. So if you're not familiar with what shaping is, it's when you take this big complex behavior that has lots of little pieces and you break it down into small little achievable steps. So let's go with the example maybe of, we'll say my oldest dog, Jude, putting his head in a basket and pulling a toy out. That's a trick that we practiced recently. There's lots of different pieces of that. So if I were going to shape it, I might reward him for stepping towards the basket, looking at the basket, dropping his head and looking into it, his head going in the basket, his head going in the basket and touching the toy, and then ultimately picking that toy up. So by shaping, I'm rewarding several times all of those little steps that help get me closer and closer to the correct answer. So if I'm free shaping a new behavior from scratch, and I think I have that idea of how I want to train it kind of nailed down in my brain. But if I can go back and watch a little session of it, I'll be able to pick up a lot of things like, ooh, I didn't reward that, but I should have. Or, he doesn't seem to be getting to the next step that I want. Is there a way that I can break that down even smaller? So by having that video footage of our training session, we can go back and improve our mechanics as trainers. And the better you are as a trainer, the faster your dog is going to learn. And don't we all want a dog that can learn skills really quickly? I know I do, right? That's awesome to not have to spend a whole bunch of time teaching something, to be really, really effective with our skills. So recording these training sessions will help you do a little self-reflection so that you can see where your strong suits are and where we have some room for improvement. And then you can change things that next time you go to train your dog. Now, with all of our online learning that our clients are doing, we are having a lot of homework where you have to record your training session and send it to us. Because if we can see what's going on, we can help coach you through it. Just like if you can see what's going on, you can do some self-reflection on your own. One of the coolest things that happened recently in our online training challenge is that people had to record their sessions and post them in this group for feedback so that I could help them kind of get to the next level and maybe make some small adjustments in their training setup if needed. And it was really cool because what started happening is as they posted their video, they watched it before they posted it, and they were doing a ton of awesome self-reflection to the point where they were improving their own skills just by watching those videos on their own. And so it really can be a tremendous learning tool that I really hope that you guys start using. But I know it can be a little scary, right? To try something new, to record yourself. Maybe you're self-conscious about some things. You totally don't need to be. For our online learning, if you want to submit the videos to our Facebook group, which will be private just for students, you can. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you're certainly welcome to just email the videos to us. We don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable at all. But fortunately, the community is really nice and supportive. Everybody's here to learn and have fun together. So it was really nice to see everybody supporting each other. So with this new skill that we're going to be doing, let's kind of talk about ways to make it easy so that you can do it at home without any issues. The first thing I want you to know is that all you need is your phone. You don't have to have any kind of special tools. I do have some tools with me today that I will show you, and I'll give you guys the links to afterwards. They can help make recording on the go a little bit easier, but you totally don't need any fancy tools to do this. All you need is your phone. So when you're going to record a session, something that I find easy is to record with your front facing versus your back facing. And the reason I like this is because then if I have the screen in looking at me, I can tell whether or not I'm in the picture, right? So I can go, ooh, you can't see the top of my head. I need to back up a little more. And if I can see the screen and the recording, it's easy to do that. So I'll just open up my camera on my phone, hit the button that flips the camera to the front, and then I prop it up, hit record, and then I'll kind of back into my training space. And you can prop it up on anything. I have propped it up on a desk with a cantle behind it. I've wedged it between books on a bookshelf. I've leaned it against a picture frame. I've put it on the ground and leaned it against the wall. So all you'll need is to be able to prop your phone up like this and have it lean back on something. Every once in a while, I'll also put something in front of it just to kind of hold it in place a little bit better, depending on where it is. But it's really easy to do. And then you've got that recording that you can either submit for homework assignments or go back and review on your own to see, okay, what am I doing right? What could I improve? What needs to be a little bit better? April is joining us. She says, I love recording my training sessions. I don't always post all my videos, but I definitely use them to see how I'm actually doing, especially when I find myself a little frustrated about something along the way and can see what's happening. Yes, absolutely, right? If I have this goal in mind and I'm not reaching that goal, or I'm feeling frustrated, or my dog's not getting it, it's a perfect time to prop that phone up if you haven't already and get those recordings, because you'll learn a lot about what you could improve just by watching your own videos and cleaning up your cues. You know, I do this as a living, and I still will watch a recording of myself and go, huh, that's funny. I didn't realize I was leaning forward when I say that cue every time. So there's little things that we can always pick up on to improve ourselves as trainers and help our dogs or our learners get it, right? Send the message to them clearly. So absolutely, if you're feeling frustrated, that's a good time to go, okay, let me take a break. Let me take a deep breath. Let me get my phone out and record it. And yeah, you know, if you're not in a group class and you don't have to send the footage to anybody, there's no pressure for you to post that footage anywhere. It's just a nice learning tool for you. So beyond propping it up, you know, as easy as leaning your phone against a book, against a wall. The other thing that you can do is use some kind of tripod. And they have a lot of them out there, depending on what you're looking for. I have two that I like for different reasons. And so I wanted to bring those to you guys and show you. So this is one of them. I currently have my GoPro connected to it, but it does not come set up for a GoPro. It comes set up for a cell phone. And I'll show you the attachment on my other one here. It's really easy to use. So you can see, let's see here. Let me shorten this. Okay. So you can see that it's really easy to just take my phone and get it inside there. Right? This moves around, this stretches so that it's easy to wedge my phone in there. This is the kind of setup that comes on this. It also comes with a remote control, which is wicked cool. Just connects via Bluetooth. So if you wanted to be able to start and stop your recordings, it's really nifty. This is small, so it's really easy to carry around with you and set it up on the ground. The other really cool thing about this is that the legs are flexible. So if I am going somewhere like a park or my backyard, and I want to attach my phone or my GoPro to, let's say, a fence line, or a tree, it's really easy to take these legs and wrap them around. And so you don't need a flat surface to be able to use this, which I think is really cool and makes it really versatile. So this is definitely one I use on a regular basis just because it's so easy to bring around. It's small, lightweight, and the legs. I really like that you can bend them and, you know, wrap this around anything that you want or just stand it up on the ground. So again, I'll drop a link for you guys in the comments afterwards. But this is one that I use a lot when I am on the go. Now, another one that I use is this. This one, the bottom of it is adjustable. Let's see here, I gotta loosen this up. So I can choose, depending on what surface I'm on, change how far the legs are set up. The other thing that's really cool about this one is that it gets taller. So each of these little brackets here expand. So if I needed to set this up tall to record something higher up, it's really easy to do that. I just put it on the ground, open all these up, lock it, pop my phone in, and it's super easy to use. This rotates so you can get your phone however you want. Also, pretty cool about this one is that you can angle it. So if you're on a surface that's maybe not 100% flat, you can adjust this and angle your phone different ways to make sure you're getting the best angle of your training setup. So those are just a few tools that I use on a regular basis. If I'm in my home recording, you know, unless I'm doing a video for my page or a video for a tutorial, if I'm doing it for my own purpose, I'm often just propping my phone up on a bookshelf or a wall. Again, you don't need fancy tools to get good footage. And it's as easy as propping it up, hit record, back up into your training space. And again, I like to flip the video so that I'm recording from my front-facing camera. That way I can see myself on the screen as I'm training, and it makes it easy for me to know when I need to back up or adjust. And then for my, you know, out of the house park training or backyard training, I'll use one of the tripods and either wrap it around a tree, wrap it on a fence, or even just get this tall one out and prop it up so that I can get some nice footage. And it's such a powerful learning tool for you. And it doesn't have to be scary and it doesn't have to be perfect. You know, sometimes my clients will send a video to me and, oh, I'm sorry, my house is messy. Guys, I don't care. I don't care. All I'm looking at when I'm looking at these training videos are you and your dog and how it's working out and what's going well and what we can change. Because I can help you learn virtually and it doesn't have to be hard or scary. It really is easy to just get that phone up, hit record, and then again, either send it to me privately if you want to, or post it directly into the group. So it's a powerful learning tool that if you aren't using, you should be, whether you're in a class or not, because simply being able to take a step back and watch yourself train, you will find out so many things about your mechanics, your timing, how long you're training, how your dog is responding, whether or not we accidentally double cue by going sit and giving verbal and visual at the same time. You know, what am I doing with my right arm? Why is it up in the air? There are all kinds of things that if we can watch that video footage after, we can then be the observer and we can watch our training skills and watch our dog learning. And that is powerful for us to be able to know what's going well, what we could improve on. So I hope that you guys are using recording for your own training sessions at home. I'll post a link for these 2 tripods that I like to use that are easy for me and work well. But again, you don't need fancy tools. If you have questions about your recording for your training or how to post it into our online learning groups, please let us know. We are always here to help. No judgment. We are just here to help you communicate with your dog better so that you can be a better trainer and you can reach those training goals that you have with your dogs. So I'll keep an eye on this video. If you guys have questions and are watching this after the fact, be sure to post them in the group. If you are recording your training sessions at home and it's going well, we want to know that too, because we want to hear your successes with your dogs. I hope that this was helpful for you guys, and I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. Looks like our weather is going to be a little gloomy this morning. Hopefully we'll get some sunshine later on. All right, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Have an awesome day.